My father was working a lot. My mother is a cleaner. My father was like taking care of, how do you say, buildings, and if something was wrong. So they were not always there because they needed to work to bring in the economy. And I was living at my father's house, but I was running over to my mother to eat food because I needed food. And then she was complaining that I eat for four persons. So she kicked me out. And I was not allowed to eat everything. So
and I read a story about you where you say that when you were coming to your dad's house and you'd open the fridge because you were hungry, all that was there was beer, right?
Yes, was more or less beer, milk, and butter, and then bread outside. So that was my breakfast, lunch, and dinner when I was at my father's place. But he did his best he could to give me a good childhood, good raise, how do you say? So I'm very thankful for that because we didn't have it better than that.
Were you confident before soccer, or is football what brought you confidence?
No, before soccer, because from the area where I came from, you needed to be tough. I mean, it was a rough neighborhood. I like it. For me, it's paradise. People call it ghetto. I call it paradise because I feel home. I feel I can be myself, even if I'm doing that now also. But in that area, it was like you don't ask for respect. You take your respect. That is the attitude. Was you don't ask for a, let's say, signature when I go back there now. They don't ask for picture. They take the picture. So that was the style. That was the attitude. And you needed to show that you could stand up for yourself and be there, dominant. So that came from there. Then the football was just a thing I like to do.
Can you explain to us why you say the ghetto was my paradise?
Because I had everything. I was free. We were living where all these, how do you say, buildings, collective apartments beside each other, and we had a big garden. Whenever you wanted, you went out, you played, you didn't know the people, you just played and you felt welcome. And it was people from all over the world. A lot of foreigners, some Swedish, but we had people from everywhere. And we were one when we were playing. So either football, basketball, whatever it was, we were all welcome. And nobody was like, hey, what kind of pants do you have on yourself? You didn't fix your hair. Nobody was judging you. Opposite, it was happiness. And everybody was on the same level of opportunities. So for me, I call that paradise because it was perfect. I could be myself, and I'm still myself.
Were you a good bicycle thief?
Yes, very good. I'm still a good bicycle thief.
Oh, even though you've retired, you're okay. How many bicycles did you steal? Give me an example of how the business enterprise worked.
I mean, like I said, my father was working. We didn't have, the economy was not great. It was less than less, and I had like, I know the measures in the kilometers. I don't know more or less in yours how much it is, but 10 kilometers. So it was pretty far to go to the training. So sometimes I was walking, sometimes I was jogging, running, and I said, I need a bicycle. And my father didn't have money to buy one. So I went on the streets and I was looking for first opportunity to steal one, and I stole it, came to the training, and yeah, came back. But when they caught me, I was like, I borrowed the bicycle. I didn't steal it. Here, take it back.
You were renting without money.
Exactly. Rent for free.
Is there anything that the grown man, the confident man sitting in front of us today would like to go back and tell the 18-year-old Zlatan as a little bit of advice?
No, he was perfect. He was exactly like I wanted him. And this is what he became.
So the 18-year-old Zlatan was perfect. Okay, very good.
I was wild and perfect. Not perfect, but I was wild, crazy, and exactly like I wanted to be. And I miss those times because now I have too many eyes on me. There I didn't have too many eyes on me. I could do crazy things without people saying something, pointing on me, but now it's when this social media came with when cameras on the phone came, the whole world became paparazzi. So now I'm like 360 degrees watching around.
What would you say was the wildest, most fun time in your life? What age were you?
Around 18, 19. I mean, when you come from my neighborhood, the first thing you wanted was to have a cool car. So I bought a Porsche Turbo with my last money. I even borrowed money to buy it because I wanted to have a nice car. Was driving around, and I was driving fast because I like the adrenaline. And then suddenly police was chasing me. So I ask you now, do you think I stopped or not?
No, you didn't stop.
I didn't. I drove until I found that tunnel underneath the highway, and I was waiting there, and they kept going. So these moments I like. I don't say it's good. I don't say it's positive, but it's the adrenaline that I was looking for to get sometimes. And where I come from was normal, let's say, but it's not normal. But I miss those moments because I like to live on the limit. I don't like to stop for the red guy on the traffic light.
So
Sometimes
you
we
miss
need
it.
to pass
So
it.
you miss it. You miss when no eyes were on you and you can be on the edge of the law.
But that's where I came from. That is what I say. I will never forget where I come from. You can take the guy from the ghetto, but not the ghetto from the guy. So, it's just me.
When was the last time the Zlatan couldn't get into a restaurant or couldn't get into a nightclub? Does that happen in Los Angeles? Because maybe they don't know who the Zlatan is.
So far, I didn't have any problems, but if it will happen, I'll buy the restaurant, I'll make it a parking place.